What is up, guys? My name is Walt from TheVaultProScooters, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on the 3 ways to install your grips at home. I'm going to start with the easiest and end with the hardest. I guess let's go ahead and get started. These are the black, satin black actually, titanium vault bars in oversized with the Odyssey Brock Rainford grips in black and blue. Step number 1, or I guess the easy way to do it. Method 1, trusty old air compressor. All right, so what you want to do is, this is how I do it. You guys have seen our custom builds. I kind of hold the bars in my legs and squeeze them like I'm doing a tuck. Some grips are different. Like sometimes they're a little thicker here. So like when you're bar spinning where you put your thumb, sometimes that wears down quicker. So a lot of companies make that area thicker. Odyssey grips are the same all around. I mean, they just have this, like their brand right here. So I like to make that go on the outside, not on the inside. And it's gonna go just like this. So I kind of shove it on as much as I can with my hand first. That's how much is on there. I try to put as much as I can with my hand on there first. Then when I use the air compressors, when it pretty much just flies on. So you get it on there, you shove it underneath, and then just kind of like turn on the air compressor. And the air goes out through, kind of stretches the grip like a balloon, and it allows you just to slide it on over. Right when it gets to the end, like almost there, I kind of stop. And like, you know, like you can see how much is left. And I put my hand over it when I do that, just so I know when to stop. Like that. Boom, it is perfectly on. If you want to take it off, it's the same thing. I'm gonna take it off because I gotta do number 2 now. Put it in there again. And sometimes if the grip's thin enough, you can kind of just hold the end and just pull it off. That's it. So method number 1 is done. Now on to method number 2. Not all of you guys may not have an air compressor at home. I definitely didn't. What, you know, a lot of us used to do back in the day and still do if we don't have air compressors is we use zip ties. You grab about 5 of them, have all the ends the same, find out which way you want your grip going on, so you're gonna want it this way, and then you're just gonna drop them inside. And then while I do this, if you don't have zip ties at home, you can use paper clips. It's been done. Shout out to Stefan Hefner. I watched him put his grips on with paper clips. He just straightened them out. It was the craziest thing. So you kinda wanna like spread them out. So I'm gonna hold the grip so that the zip ties don't fall through. And you just like spread them out evenly as much as you can. So it's kinda like a little star, and then you shove the bar in here. And then these zip ties kind of like stretch it out and just slide it on. I'm trying to move these around a little bit so it's like even more. As you can tell, I have one here, 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 and here. They're kind of all spaced out evenly around. Now it's like this. Kind of just want to ease it on there. And make sure you get zip ties that are longer than your grip. For example, this is the grip. The zip tie is clearly longer than that, but if you have a zip tie that's like that long, it's not gonna work. Like, it's not sticking out the end, so it's gonna run out. When it gets here, it's gonna be super tough. So this won't work. So you just get back, you know, start sliding this on there. So it's the same thing. You wanna eye it up, make sure the grip's at the end. Honestly, I'd probably pull it out just a little past it, because when I pull the zip ties out, it might pull the grip in. Get your good old little plier things. And this is why I said put the heads of the zip tie on the inside, because you have to pull them out this way. You got 1, you got 2, you got 3, you got 4, you got 5. And like I said, you know, it kind of pulls it over. It kind of did a little bit, but you just fix it with your hand. And you're good to go. Now, taking them off with zip ties, you can't. A way you can take them off like this is you're gonna have to hopefully roll it and then hope for the best that it comes off, you know, pretty easily. If not, when your grips, just ride them till they wear out pretty bad, and you can just cut them off and then start with some freshies, but it's up to you guys. I'm gonna put these over here. Method number 3, Lysol wipes. If I have to put on some extremely long ODI grips, like those like extra long ones, I always do this. There's other ways you could do this. Like we were just talking about it. Somebody used, his name was Pole. He used spray on deodorant. So he sprayed on deodorant on the bar and slid his grip on, and I guess it dries. I've never heard of that. I guess it works. It's like a European thing, I would assume. Another thing you could do too with this is you could use rubbing alcohol, because rubbing alcohol, when it dries instantly and it's pretty much all gone. But what I'm gonna use is a Lysol wipe. Pretty much you wanna just get the inside of the grip, you know, a little wet, and you get the bar like the same. Just use the same Lysol wipe. And then it allows you just to slide the grip on, like super easy. That's it. But the only thing about doing this is when you do this, you have to wait a little while for your grip to dry. Almost like rubbing alcohol, it just dries. This is just a little thicker, so it takes a little longer to dry, but Just gotta wait for it to dry and that's it. And you'll be good to go. So this is the 3 methods of ways you can put it on. Like I said, easiest being air compressors. That's always the go-to way. That's how we've always done it. If you don't have that, you can use If you don't have that, you can use zip ties. And then if you don't have that, you know, you can use just some standard cleaning wipes. These are Clorox. This video is not sponsored. After you got your grips on, you're thinking, all right, we gotta put the bar ends on. I'll show you how to do that too. And if you've already used like open one of these and put your grips on, it's still kind of wet. You know, just wipe down your surrounding areas. It's always nice to be clean, help your parents out, whoever, your abuelita, you know, you do what you gotta do.
And then throw it on the ground.
And then throw it on the ground so you can get yelled at. So there are, I guess, 3 different styles of bar ends you can use on 2 different style bars. So this is the standard Odyssey bar end. It fits in these titanium bars and it fits in steel bars. Pretty much just use an Allen wrench, take this bolt out, and then it'll slide on in, and then you tighten it. If you have a aluminum handlebar like this one, which is an NV Reaper bar, you can see the diameters are clearly different. So you guys can clearly see the inner diameters of these. This, my finger could barely fit. This, my finger goes all the way down to there. But the outer side is the same thing. So with aluminum, the bar has to be a little thicker because if it was the same as this titanium bar, it would bend whenever you did like a trick. So they have to make it thicker so it can support your weight and the impact. So the inside is gonna be a lot thinner and Odyssey bar ends will not fit. So these are the different types of bar ends. So right here, this is an NV aluminum bar end. So you could see the diameter is very, very small compared to the standard ODI bar end. So if you guys see that, look at that. And if you grab your NV bars, it'll just literally go right in. You just hammer it in, but I don't want to do that because then it'll be a pain to take out. Luckily, if you get NV grips, it comes with both sets, but if not, you could just buy a set of these. The bar end, which you use the grips, will only fit on these. And then this is an ODI aluminum bar end, which will fit in both bars, and I'll show you guys how. So it uses a size 4 Allen wrench, and what you want to pretty much do is just loosen it up so it's pretty much gonna be flat like that. And then whenever you put it inside the bar and you tighten it down, it spreads out to the diameter of the bar. There are these things called source bars. These are the only bar ends that would fit on those. And then lastly, we got the ODI bar end. This actually fits both. It's just, you have to cut it. So I guess I'll show you guys how to do that with parental supervision. I don't need your little Timmys and Jimmys cutting your fingers off at home. It's still a little wet. It's getting a little better though. You guys already know how thick that one is and it fits in steel bars. If you have ODIs and you wanna use it, usually if you buy bars from us and you say, please install my grips, and you buy like aluminum bars with ODI grips, we usually cut it for you, but say you do this at home, use a razor blade. I tend to use ones with handles so you can get a better grip on it, or ask your parents to do this, but this is what I do, is I literally go like this, and I just push it all the way down inside till it stops and hits flat right here. That's it, so it's one slit. And then right next to it, do the same thing, but leave a little gap there. Almost like if you were cutting a cake and you're cutting out a slice. You cut it twice and then you pull your slice out. Literally what we're doing, except with bar ends. And then right here, you just push the razor blade in right underneath, and then it just, like, you know, with both slits. So kind of like, you know, like I said, you cut your cake, boom, boom, and then you get your knife or your, like, I guess, cake cutter thing. What are those things called?
I don't know. Oh.
You see that? Look at it, fell out. Just like that. You cut it once, cut it twice, cut it inside, and then you can just pull it out. And then you do the same thing on the other side. Step 1, you cut there. Step 2, you cut there, and then you gotta go inside, get your little slice of cake, pull it out, boom. Just like that. So it makes these little slits, and then so you don't always have to do this, but I like to personally do it. I just cut it once down the middle. That's it. So pretty much what this does is when you shove it inside the bar, it like shrinks itself. And that's it. So that's how you can use ODI bar ends, these bar ends and whatnot to fit inside your bars. So those are the 3 ways to install it and install your bar ends. There's one more thing I do want to show you. This is what you do not do at all. This will be, I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to take the time to clean this after. So right here you have some super lubricant grease. You do not use that. Say you're in your garage and you're like, oh, my dad's used this on his 240. Yeah, you do not use that either. When you put it on, this will not dry at all. So you will literally get just spinny grip the whole time. Let's see if this is actually still spinning. No, see, look, it spins a little bit inside here, but other than that, I mean, this is pretty much dry. Use this, or this grease I don't want to touch because it's all everywhere. It'll just spin for days. That's it. So make sure you do not use grease. Use literally, like I said, Lysol wipes, zip ties, or an air compressor. So there you have it, guys. That's the 3 methods on how to install your grips, what we use, how I do it, everything like that. I really appreciate you guys watching this. If you want to see anything else like this or anything other than this, please let us know what you want us to install and we can go ahead and get that done for you guys. Hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us on all our social medias, and yeah, toodles.